Right, so everybody, welcome to a new segment on the channel. We're going to be calling this segment Tech Talk, and we're starting it off with a bang this week by looking at the new Titleist irons that are going to be available to market from the 6th of August. So what this show is aimed to design to do is give you a little bit of insight on new products coming there. It's not really going to be a review show, as it were. I'm not going to be testing them and getting loads of data and different things like that. I basically just want to showcase the product, give you an idea of what's coming new to market, anything that's happening in training aids, you know, golf clubs itself, any teaching technologies that are coming out, i.e. launch monitors or new systems that you can use to obviously get better at the game. And like I say, the technology side is why we're calling it Tech Talk. So anything that, you know, is new to the industry and also that hopefully can help us all become better at golf. So we're going to be looking at these, the brand new Titleist irons. There's going to be some images up close so you can get an idea of what they look like, me hitting the shots. Like I say, I'm not really collecting any data on these. What I'll be doing is giving you some features and benefits and who these irons are aimed at. So if you're looking at getting a new set of irons, you should know which one you want to be picking out of these 5 gorgeous looking irons. So let's start with the 620 series. In that series we've got the CB and we've also got the MB. So the MB, your classic blade, the CB, a cavity back blade, a little bit more forgiveness in there as opposed to the muscle back. Now the muscle back, what they've done with these, there's progressive offset on these with minimal offset, so someone who's looking to get a lot of workability from their shot, someone who really likes to move the ball left to right, high to low, and really be in control of the ball flight. With that progressive offset, it's not going to be something that's aimed at sort of your anti-slice shot. It's going to be able to give you the full control over your shots. It's got progressive blade length in them as well, so we're seeing that the actual toe to heel now gets more compact as we're working down from the long irons into the short irons, so they don't look too big and cumbersome. Also, what they've gone for here is a sort of a match thing. So once we've got the CB and the MB, we've got this transition from one to the other. So taking us nicely into these, you won't really notice much of a difference when you're sitting one down behind the golf ball. They've got this sort of blend working in nicely. So if you were looking to go for a combo set of CBs and your long irons 3, 4, 5, let's say 6, and then 7, 8 and 9 in the blade, you're not going to notice too much of the difference. So that's that new match profile that they're calling it there, which if we can see just from these two here holding them up, there's not a lot in the top lines there, and even from side to side, not a massively noticeable difference with those. Now the CB, like I said, it is a cavity back. It is one that has got a little bit more cavity to it. Again, they've gone for the progressive blade length in these, so it's not going to be looking too chunky. I think from the player who's looking at these, it's going to be a low handicapper, someone who really likes that thin top line, crisp looking iron looking down on it, something that isn't going to be looking too big and too clumsy as you put it down behind the ball. So that progressive blade length and that minimal offset as we're going through it is really going to be a big key on here. One of the other features here, what I've just read with the Titleist stuff, is the tour preferred sole. So when they go to make these irons, what they do is get a lot of input from the tour players. So if you've noticed, and you've probably seen pictures from like Golf WRX and things like that, a lot of the players have gone for CBs, and even into the T100 series they've gone for some of those. So with the turf sole, it's a little bit difficult to make out on here, but there's this little bit of a grind at the front here, so when you're getting a little bit of turf interaction going on, it's not going to be too heavy, not going to be too diggy as it's going down and taking too much of a divot. They've just styled the bottom of the sole out a little bit better, so your turf interaction, your divot, you're not going to be something where it is just literally pounding into the ground and taking huge divots. It will give you a little bit more forgiveness with that. Okay, so the T-Series are the other ones. We've got the MB and the CB and the 620s, and then we've got the T-Series, which comes in an offering of T100, T200 and T300. Now, we could almost look at this as low handicapper, mid handicapper and high handicapper, and I'll tell you for why. Let's have a look at the T100 first. So the T100, like I said, this is the only fully forged head in the T-Series. This is more of your player's look. It's got very much the same top line as the CB as I look down on it. Very thin, that little brushed chrome look with the slight little bit of mirrored chrome at the back so you can't see the full top line, but it gives that appearance of the real player's look as you're looking down into it. Now from the T-Series, this is going to be the most forgiving one out of all of them. So if you're not quite confident enough to go for the MB or the CB, the T100 is going to be perfect for you. Bit of cavity while still giving you that look of the Players Club with that progressive blade length, that minimal offset, but still a little bit of cavity for forgiveness to get you in those. Okay, so this one, the T200 one, this is one with a forged faced insert. T100 is the only fully forged club in the T-Series. T200 has a forged face insert. They're calling it, what is it? The forged SUP10L face insert. Now what that means is it's a little bit thinner, this one, so it's actually designed for maximum distance with this thin face. What it'll allow it to do, any off-center strike is also going to come off pretty quick, so you're not going to be losing ball speed with these. It's not got quite as much cavity as the T300, but it's got more than the T200 whilst not compromising that player's look. From the top of it, when you're looking down on it, yes, it doesn't look like an MB, but it's still got a pretty sleek top line on here, and what they've done is sort of blend a mirrored finish into the slightly brushed chrome finish, so you almost don't see half of the top line to give it that look of the Players Club, whilst, like I say, still getting some good forgiveness from these and also some good distance from those. Okay, so the T300 set, this is the largest one, but still has that player's look about it. It's got the maximum forgiveness in this one with its big cavity. So we see that, like I say, this is the largest cavity there. What it's designed to do is give you high launching maximum distance shots. Also powered by this fast cavity at the back. Anything that is struck off center is also going to get away with a little bit more. So the shots that are coming slightly from the heel, that are coming slightly from the toe, you're still going to see a pretty strong flight from them and still going to get a pretty good launch from there. So if you're someone who's looking for a little bit more forgiveness, the T300, or if you're looking for maximum forgiveness, should I say, this is probably going to be the one for you. The one with the biggest cavity out of all of the T-Series, and it's going to give you the most forgiveness out of all those. So a really, really good offering there from Titleist. And the good thing is, and you probably hear a little bit of they're bringing too much stuff out at the moment. Good thing is, all Titleist irons always work on a 2-year cycle. So as these get released in August 2019, they're going to be carrying through to August 2021. So they have got that 2-year cycle on those. We've got something for the really low handicappers. We've got the MB, the CB, if you like, a forged feel. You want a lot of workability from your club, you've got those. Then we've got the T-Series, which is just offering that little bit more forgiveness, but also giving you the player's look while not compromising on forgiveness as well. So for me, the standout model in these is the CBs. Pure nostalgia reasons, because I used to have a set. I had a set of 690 CBs back in the day. I absolutely loved them, and it was the last Titleist iron I had. They look gorgeous. When I hit them, it sort of brought back those old memories of the ones I used to have, and for me, they're just a great looking iron. So that's my personal opinion. Like I said, it's not really too much of a review. It's more of a first look at the irons. So those are what we're going with there. We've got those offerings from Titleist. They're a beautiful set of irons, each single one of them, and there will be one that you can get fit to your game. And if you did want more information on any of the fittings, jump down in the description below and you can find locations for any fitting centre around the country in a fitting day that can work for you to go and have a look at these beautiful, beautiful new irons. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this new show. Comment down below. Obviously it's my first one doing something like this, so hopefully they're going to get better over time and we can start to showcase some really good product. Like I say, it's not too much of a review show. I just want to show you stuff that's coming out in the golf industry, in the golfing world, because sometimes it is nice just to look at shiny new clubs like this one and also try and help you out if you're looking and you're a little bit confused by some of the offerings that are on the market. Hopefully this show will be able to clear up what each individual club is designed and aimed for towards you, the consumer. So comment down below, what do you want to see next on the show? Have you enjoyed it? Also remember, do hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any future videos to help you become a better golfer, and click that bell icon so you don't miss them. Also follow me on my social media, and I'll see you soon with another Tech Talk.